welcome back to another exciting episode of JaKaTaKtv. Today, we'll be going through the Silver League. If this is your first viewing, go ahead and watch the other videos from the beginning, or maybe you're just jumping in. This is a Bronze to Diamond series. I've never made it to Masters League, I've made it to Diamond League, so it's Bronze to Diamond, and the twist is that I've done a full mechanical reset. Brand new hotkey layout that I've never used, plus switching my hands from left hand on the mouse, right hand on the keyboard to the opposite of that. And so not only will I go through the strategic things that you need to do, but you'll see me make mistakes mechanically, just like you will. And so I hope to provide a more ethical and realistic version of this kind of content. And I hope that you will learn something. Yeah. So that's it. Let's go ahead and get into it. Build a worker. That was my old way of doing things. Whoops. A couple mistakes early on. And it's our second base. Uh-oh. And next should be an Overlord. Oh, the Overlord was supposed to be before that. Alright, Overlords and ZVZ should scout the attack paths. For some reason, this camera did not get set properly. We need to get to the natural pretty quickly here. Our larva is off. Usually we have 2 drones to build at that stage, but it ended up being 3, so the build is a little bit off. Alright, so we have both of our cameras set up now. This guy's having a hard time. Oh, spawning pool should be here, so the queen can go there. And we're back to drones and looking for triples. If there's a single, it means there's a triple out there somewhere. Is that on a close patch? No, there it is. Usually the triples are on the far patches. Okay. Overlords bumping into each other there. Not the perfect path for our Overlord, but okay. This will scout the third base. The third base might end up being. And we're not too far off on the hatchery, so we will go ahead and wait to build. Pull off gas. Back to drones. Okay. And actually, no. I have an Overlord building, right? Pretty sure I do. No, I don't. I thought I built one on 30. Well, we're not off to the best start here. Oh, we didn't set our other cameras. Okay. 3, 4. We'll just set up first 4 for now. Speed is going to finish soon. Let's go ahead and take the third base. As we're doing this attack. we need to put back on gas. And we probably need to take the rest of our gases and...
Our forces are under attack.
We just have hit a lot of damage here. So we're going to try to practice doing all of our important things while the attack is happening. Okay. And so we're going to need to build... We're actually going to need one of these, I think. And... try to get all of our basics down. Did mess up our camera there. We didn't have our queen in the right position. We do now. We need gas really bad, but I've been trying to add the gas for a while. We messed up this camera, so it's been throwing us off a bit. And setting up, add this here. We need some overlords while we're transferring over to the third. Oof. Big oof. Okay, so third base, send here. Second base, way overdroned. Go to the third base. Second base, go to the third base. Build some units. Build some overlords.
Mineral field depleted. Mutation complete.
Okay, so they have +1 melee. And oh, I didn't see the ranged. Let's get a fourth.
Our forces are under attack.
0-0.
Mineral field depleted.
Just gonna morph these weak ones as we go here. Okay. Whew. So very sloppy execution. Well, we're still kind of working on that. as we're moving up the ranks. And the silver 2. Stand up. Stretch it out. Alright, hold down the worker button, build the first worker, send out the overlord, shift click to each mineral patch, and prepare for the extractor trick. Set the first and second cameras, go back to the first to ensure that it's working, get ready for the next overlord. The overlord for ZVZ is going to go right there. In the most likely attack path, we want to hit those up first. And send to the next base. Get ready for the two workers. Sealor, welcome to the pack. Glad to have you with us. Thank you very much for the follow. And we can set the rest of our cameras now. 3, 4, 5. Jump back, hopefully before we get 300 minerals, which we did. Excellent. Check both cameras, see that they're working properly. And this is going to be our gas and spawning pool. Now we wait. That was actually a mistake. Should be positioned 1 higher. It's not the end of the world, but it's non-optimal. And we rally into the gas while looking for a triple. Looks like we do have a triple right there. Okay, now we have another little lull here. Check the cameras real quick. Looks like one of them was wrong. My third overlord, I like to keep an eye on third base. I'm not sure if that's ideal or not. We do need to change this rally over to this position. And there's a big attack coming. So we're going to get ready for that. Queens, lings, and build spines. Once I learn how to build the spines. It's like 2 spines is all we're going to get. And we can pull off gas now that we're getting speed. It looks like they're not attacking, which is a major mistake. So they microed that incorrectly. It's an attack that does work occasionally, but they mismicroed it, so they're going to be in a lot of trouble now. We forgot to hotkey our lings. We can send it across the map. I think just over here, perhaps. Try and make that difficult. We can put back on gas and get a good 2 base set up here. Oops, that's the wrong key. We need an overlord pretty soon. The advantage of speed is you can choose when to engage, so we're going to go ahead and do that while we're at the disadvantage. We're going to go ahead and inject. I think this gas was maybe premature. No, it's not. We want to add roaches into this pretty soon. And go and put an attack in. We don't need to really pay attention to it too much. I think it's more important to get our drone count back up. Yeah, so don't forget to use your drones to defend. The major decision that I made here that helped me win this and take advantage of their error was the fact that I use my drones to fight. Don't forget your drones can fight too. And in those really early rush scenarios, using the drones to help fight is a big deal. Mostly they just attacked they right-clicked on my hatchery so I could kill their units. Hatchery has a lot of hit points. Okay. Short game. Oh, not even time to stretch. That's okay. It's very short. Get your posture right. Hold down the worker button. And it's all the same stuff. Send out the first overlord. The overlord positioning is going to be a little different. Close patch, far patch. Set up for the extractor trick. Set the first camera, second camera, third camera, fourth camera. Look at me go. Look at that. Looks like we squeezed in 4 cameras. That bro is getting ready. The second overlord is the one that's going to go ahead and do the scout through the main in about 4 minutes. We're setting that up now. Oh shit, that's not the one I wanted. It's actually this one. Okay. Check the cameras, they're both still good. Let's go ahead and set up our other cameras here. Oops, 3 other cameras. That's the correct position. Not necessarily in this matchup, but it's kind of an overall decent one. Let's take a look for any triples. Any triples? Nope. We're good to go. We have to remember to put the workers back on gas at 245. That's something that we missed last time when we were able to get that deep into the build. Alright, next is an overlord. Still scouting the third. It's a little dangerous spot against Terran because they could hunt it down, but hopefully we'll have overlord speed before they venture quite that far. Maybe that would be a better location against Terran for the third overlord. Not really sure. Okay. So, 2 queens, lings, start pulling off gas. And re-rally back to drones. Lings are gonna go here. Yes, back to drones. 30 overlord. Oh, and third base, hopefully. The lings are gonna follow that and hopefully escort it. I think they still get aggroed. Oh, well, it wasn't the right one, but there it is. Here's our third base. Back to drones. We're gonna actually bring this overlord in early. Especially in the lower leagues, a lot of really strange stuff occurs. So if you're used to watching professional games and you're using that as your list of things that might occur to you, don't. Oof. That smells like a proxy. So we're just going to split up our lings by using shift clicking. Looks like they did not proxy. They just made a wall in that way.
Metamorphosis complete.
I'm going to bring these workers over here in case they open the depots. We need to put back on gas. Forgot about that. Going to need a roach warren and a couple. I need a roach warren And a couple of evos. We're gonna need the layer pretty soon here. We're gonna need our gas. Looks like they did not chase it all the way out. That's great for us. We're gonna go ahead and keep this group over here. And now I think we're just about ready. Oh, shit. That's not what I meant to do. Ah! As you can see. Alright. Re-rally to the third base. Ton of Marines in a tank. We do need to get Overlord speed at 330. Oh, we're only 2 minutes off.
Evolution complete.
Roach speed's pretty great. Gonna definitely want that. And then we want to get the gas on our third pretty quickly. May as well get a fourth at this point because we have so much extra money because we're bad. Oh no, that's silly. They're on one base. What am I doing? I'm gonna have to build units like right now. We're definitely done building drones. We've over-droned. We've under-creeped and over-droned. Alright, let's try to get an idea of what's going on in here. Tanks.
Our forces are under attack.
Alright, so we know what we're dealing with here.
Complete. Metamorphosis.
This is why it pays to have 2 control groups.
Our forces are under attack. Mutation complete. Evolution complete.
Move out of the circle of death. Counterattack. Build some extra queens. We didn't add this into our control groups. Let's do that. Get out of the circle of death. So a better player would have attacked us sooner and we would have actually have died there. Because we over-droned in a serious way. So we got lucky. We won't be lucky in future games, so it's important to remember that. Alright. Gotta be really careful about reacting to scouting and over-droning. The basic principles of decision making remain intact, and they're especially useful for Zergs because you can swing into economy or swing into units very quickly and suddenly 30 mutas, for example. So if your opponent's on one base like that, you want to be making units. You want to get enough drones so that you are ahead of them in economy, and then you want to make units because all you have to do is win the fight and you'll be ahead. It was very risky of me to go up to 3 bases. It was near suicidal to go up to 4 bases in that scenario. I was just trying to spend my money because my mechanics are bad. All right, another Terran. Thunderbird this time. Get your posture set. Hold down the worker button. Get ready to immediately build your first worker. Send out the Overlord. And shift click. Shift click. Extractor trick drone. Set camera. Overlord scouts for proxies and gets in position for the scout. Two drones go to the 2 patches that are not doubled up on. We set the rest of our cameras. 5, 6, 7. Whoops. Ah. Okay. Check the rallies. A little bit of breathing time. This isn't really the best place to put the pole. We want it kind of tucked away, but it is what it is. There's a triple somewhere. Where are you, triple? Where are you, triple? There you are. Scout 3rd base. And now we wait. Just checking all my things, making sure my cameras are set up right. This is the moment you can take care of that stuff. You don't have to worry about other stuff. Right back into drones. Pull off workers. A little bit extra. Back to drones. Building on the low ground, use that high ground spot there. Let's get to that 3rd base pretty quickly. Build the Overlord on time, hopefully. Injects. Back to drones. Third base. Add to the control group, set the rally, more drones. 3rd queen for creep spread. Another Overlord. The attack is doing well. I actually kind of like how these units are split up.
Metamorphosis complete.
Okay, let's go ahead and get some gas. Overlord speed. Oh, we can't. Oh, we didn't put it back on gas. Ah. Okay.
Our forces are under attack.
Welcome to the pack.
Namja. What's up? Welcome to the pack. Glad to have you with us. Thank you. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Let's get an injecting queen over here. We're getting... Oh, we need a roach warren. And 2 evos. No, that's not what I wanted. There we go. We should check to make sure there is an expansion here. Okay. It's not just them clearing out. Oops. Just trying to get our economy straightened out. Alright, getting your economy straightened out is a really good way to practice camera hotkeys.
Evolution complete. Unacceptable command. Unacceptable command.
Okay, so now we're pretty much ready to just go non-stop building units. And injects and overlords. Just doing all the basic mechanical things that we should be doing. Spreading the creep.
Unacceptable command.
And overlord speed. Keep missing that. Look at the 4th base there. We actually get to do most of this build now.
Unacceptable command. Mutation complete. Metamorphosis complete.
Oh, and right, I want to just grab some workers.
Complete.
Looks like they're getting a 3rd base. Mine out this middle area because we want to be running in. And don't forget this time, having some high ground vision is extremely valuable.
Mineral evolution complete. Mineral field depleted. Mineral field depleted.
We're doing the rapid fire to dump the energy, sending these workers to the 4th.
Field depleted.
Oh, I lost my place there. Okay, now we have a full army, so we can go ahead and I think
Mineral field depleted.
we're looking for tanks here. There they are. And despite the fact that they were very well set up, They left you alone. And if you're a Zerg and you get left alone, I don't know when you started attacking this base, but the drone's helping you too.
Field depleted.
Practice doing transfers. Transfers.
Mineral field depleted.
So they had the right units. But StarCraft is a game of macro as well as a game of rocks, paper, scissors. So by focusing on droning up at the right time, we took advantage of them being passive. Your opponent's being passive as a Zerg. You want to drone, generally speaking, so you can get the spikes that you need to. And look at that. So one thing that I noticed there that I think could be better was during that attack, I had my Roach Ravager control group and I was really focused on the corrosive biles, but I don't think a lot of those roaches were actually attacking. So I think I gotta make sure when I do that, I issue the attack move first and then hold down the rapid fire for the corrosive bile. It's always important, whether or not you're winning or losing, you always try to look for ways where you can gain more advantages and improve what you're doing. I think that's gonna be hard. Okay. Okay, this Overlord is gonna come around this side. Whoops. This side. Wasn't a really good pair setup there, that's why I skipped it. Usually I go for that one. And we go for the rest of them. 4th, 5th, whoops. 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. Come back. Mistakes were made. So we set our cameras up after the double drone. We did that a little early this time, so I have to be careful for that. The amount of mistakes that I'm making in my build makes me feel like it's actually going to be optimal to stay practicing the build order longer. So if you're looking at this and you're looking for the more efficient way to gain the rank, stay in the pre-ladder phase a little bit longer, I think. Sometimes you gotta save them from themselves, bouncing around like maniacs. You don't want them to bounce, you want them to work. As fun as bouncing is. Third goes for the third. Looks like they placed a pretty defensive Overlord over there. This is a ZVZ, so this was wrong. Oh, that was early. That's silly. This is a ZVZ. We should at least be playing kind of smart. In ZVZ, it's really good to make a wall. Okay. Whoops.
Our forces are under attack.
Are we gonna win? Or not? Let me to replenish the army. Oh, okay, so this building goes here. This building goes here. Put back in gas. Big supply block. Oh man. Yeah, it's these kind of mistakes that make me feel like we should have stuck with the build order practice a little bit longer. Okay, so they're going for a third base and have less units. I want to make a bit of an attack there and take our third behind it, I think. If we can just get to the third base.
Our forces are under attack.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure I tried to build a third base.
Our forces
Go to the
are
third
under attack.
location, build a base.
Our forces are under attack.
We need a lair. Need some overlords right now.
Our forces are under attack. Our forces are under attack. Evolution complete.
Overlords are coming. Third base is here. We add it to our control group.
Complete.
So making a little bit of an error here. Really should just kind of be going for the drones. I'm making a little bit too many units, I think.
Unacceptable command.
Don't know why they're splitting up. A little bit weird. Alright, this is a good time to set our rallies properly. Get overlords. And we'll start killing overlords.
Mutation.
Go again. So we have upgrades. They don't have upgrades. Practice transferring. Inject.
Forces are under attack.
In this matchup, Roach versus Roach, the critical upgrade is +2 attack. Made some bad attack moves there. When you attack move, you gotta make sure you do it on the ground. You could accidentally focus something you don't want to focus. It could be quite bad. In this case, I did want to focus that. And there we are. Nothing fancy, just building roaches. Moving up. Moving up the ranks. Alright, we're actually gonna give ourselves a second to stretch. When your opponent defends, expand and build a lot of drones. When your opponent attacks, make units to defend. And then when your opponent expands, attack. And so that's all that we do. That's all the decision making that we needed to do there. We saw that they expanded, so we attacked. We saw that they were defending after the expansion, and so we droned up. And at that point in time, I felt like I had, and this is the trickier part, I felt like I had enough advantage to just attack and win the game. And that's it. All there is to it. So we're still hanging around the 150 area. A little bit higher last game. Again, rapid fire is going to inflate that quite a bit. Still having some missed micros. I think I want to set my Ravagers to their own control group when I'm doing that attack. I think in a lot of instances I would have benefited from the Ravagers being in their own group. So we'll try that a bit. Protoss. We're holding down the worker key, getting ready for the build order. I'm going to build the first worker and send the overlord out. Now we're pairing. May have been able to cut that off. The camera sequence is starting to get ingrained. Send to the two places that don't have paired up in the hopes that they won't be smart enough to pair. Whoops, a little late there. We're going against Protoss. Protoss and Terran, you generally want your tech over here. It's hard to drop. There's also the added objective of messing with adept pathing. Fortunately, you can kind of do that the same way you mess with Ling pathing. And now we do the double check to see if we have any triples. We do not, so we can rally out. 3 workers into the gas. Okay, not perfect, but definitely good. Against Protoss, I usually go back and forth a couple of times in the natural because cannons can happen, and we really want to be prepared for that. We'll wait for a second, see how committed this is. I think take 2 workers over here. And then extra cannons. Yeah, there's a lot of commitment. Okay, so that photon cannon will be able to be. We got supply block there for a bit. Okay, so we did kind of overpull, but we waited. So we try to get as much money as you can. Oops, forgot the speed. We get lings. Speed another queen. The lings will just clear all this out. Actually, you know what? Lings are going to go across the map. Probably. We'll build some extra overlords in case. Interesting. Alright, so our opponent defends. What do we do? Expand. Well, eventually. I'll leave one here. Put this off. Okay, inject. Spread the creep. Let's go ahead and just get all of our tech. Rest of our gases. Whoops. Let's build you. Normally this is insane, but since they're building cannons and they're being really defensive, ooh, you need to get over here. Cannons aren't going to kill your drones, so it's a good time to drone. Alright, so this overlord should be able to poke around in here and see what's going on. Or drone up behind it. See what kind of tech they have, what moves they're going for. Looks like it's just cannons. On a stalker. Speed is important for pretty much all things. Alright, now we have all of our bros go here. No additional technology, so I think roaches will be able to win the day here. Let's try to balance this stuff out. Three to the third. Actually, we have a bunch of money right now. Okay, they're still not going for an expansion. We don't want to go in that way.
Mutation complete.
That can be potentially a dark shrine.
Metamorphosis complete. Evolution complete. forces are under attack.
Oops. Oh, did we get tunneling claws instead of speed?
Our
Yes, we did.
forces are under attack.
Whoops. Alright, Stargate. Just one per base is going to be fine, probably. Woof. Not an expansion.
Mutation complete.
And we're just going to throw down a...
Evolution complete.
noun. I don't know what that noun I was looking for was, but it's gone now. Okay, so they're going for the base. This is when we move out. Right? Whenever your opponent expands, attack. Now we can make use of the fact that we've been powering up super hard.
Metamorphosis complete. Our forces are under attack.
Whenever the Phoenix lifts something up, they have to stay still. And there we are. That's the power of drones. My mechanics weren't very good. I made a lot of mistakes in the build order. Still able to win. And 132 APM. So nothing extraordinary, but definitely higher than the opponents that we're facing right now. All right, so we made it, I think, from Silver 3 to Silver 1 this this session. Not too bad, not too bad. One of the things that I noticed occurred a lot this time was that second Overlord against Puras is really important, so you can react properly to the cannon rush. Again, the important thing is don't worry about the pylons. I think that's generally correct, at least in lower levels. All my advice is going to go for diamond and below. Anything above diamond, don't ask me for advice. I'll get you to diamond, and there are a lot of other people who will get you the rest of the way. Attack, defend, expand. Just really understanding the basic decision making of this kind of an economy-based real-time strategy game. When they went for the expansion, we went for the attack. And our attack was really big because while they were turtled up in their base defending, we were just making tons of drones and overlords and injecting on time, just practicing our regular old basic mechanics the best we could. Thank you all for tuning in and hanging out. It's been wonderful, and I'll see you next time.